Like, we started selling this product out of the trunk of our cars.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Inventory management is about balance.
Get the product out. That's number one.
I've always preached sustainable growth.
So we just started building community.
Look at the data.
Product development is everything.
Yeah, we say we're a brick, click, and pop.
But you have to love what you do.
Share my screen and hop right into it, guys. Welcome to this event. Really great to see so many awesome people from joining all around the world. Okay, so I got a lot to cover today, so let's get right into this. So I want to talk to you about one of the most fundamental things that you need to master if you want to grow a long-term scalable e-commerce store. You absolutely must be able to validate, create, and scale your e-commerce offers. So you're going to put lots of messages out there in the world as an e-commerce store. You're going to get some responses from audiences, but you kind of need to pivot and you need to master it. You have to have the right message with the right product, with the right audience at the right time. So I'm going to be talking about how to validate, create, and scale your e-commerce offers with ads, emails, and your Shopify store. So here's my little agenda for you. I'm going to talk about mapping your e-commerce strategy with the customer value journey. I'm an elite coach over at digitalmarketer.com. This is a tool I adopted from them. We use it in all of our campaigns. We use it in Merchant Mastery. And I'm going to show you how you can use it for your business. It's a really simple tool that you can follow along with. And then we're going to take a look at the offer attributes that persuade customers to say yes. There's really some key ingredients that you want to feature in all your ads, emails, product pages, and these kinds of things. They're going to entice your customers to say, yes, I want that thing. So I'm going to show you the top 4 attributes that persuade customers to say yes. And then we're going to look at how you use these offer attributes in your product pages, in your emails, in your website displays, and in your ads. So let's first take a look at mapping your e-commerce strategy with my favorite tool in the world. I swear if I was going to get a tattoo, it would be this thing. It's the customer value journey. So how to map your e-commerce strategy with the customer value journey. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I talk a lot about this. If you're in our Facebook group, if you're one of our members at Merchant Mastery Elite, if you've seen me speak at one of these events, I talk a lot about this. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time. I'm just going to really quickly show you what I mean with the customer value journey. When we want to plan how we're going to attract amazing customers for our business, we need to map out 8 different stages. And we're going to convert our audiences from a freezing cold emoji, like this perfect audience is out there for you, but it's a cold audience. They haven't heard about you yet. How do we go and find them? How do we lead them to our website? How do we get their email address? How do they become a first-time buyer? How do they become a lifelong buyer? And all the way at the end, how do they become a raving fan of your business where they're starry-eyed every time they hear your name? Okay, so let's walk through this really quickly. At the aware stage, this is like the customer discovering that you can get them to some ultimate transformation. So this is going to be like cold ads, Facebook ads, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, Google. It's going to be things like affiliate marketing, like influencer campaigns. They're going to see the message. It's going to resonate and they're going to click. They received value, so they will advance to the next stage. And on the next stage here, now the customer is getting a deeper sense of trust and familiarity with your brand. We're usually going to lead them to a product page or a pre-sale page, and they're going to learn more about you. They're going to vet you for fit. And then ultimately, So ultimately, now we want to collect their email address. So they're on your product page. They like what they see. Before they leave your website, we need to collect an email address. So they may opt in to access some type of offer. And we often use website displays for that. I'm going to show you examples of those in a bit. I think I have a glitch with my slides here, but that's okay. So the convert stage, now the customer is going to commit to giving the relationship a try. This is the first time that they buy. So if we recap, they saw an ad, they vetted you on the product page, they gave you their email address for a first-time offer, and now they're buying for the first time. Okay, this is when they commit to giving the relationship a try. At the excite stage, let's just, I'm just going to go all the way over here and walk you through. So I'm so sorry about this. I swear I did a test. Okay, so at the convert stage, the customer commits to giving the relationship a try. They buy for the first time right here, right? So you want to package up something enticing. When you're driving a lot of first-time users to your website, you don't want to leave it to chance. You want them to commit and buy the first time that they're there. At the excite stage, now this is when the customer experiences the value of the product you're offering. They get it in the mail. They get to try it. And now they see the value and they become a believer in your brand and they fall in love with you. Right? So you're going to be doing things like post-purchase upsells and thinking about white glove treatment and how do you like send the package? What is the unpackaging experience like? At the ascend stage, this is where you want to get every single customer, because once you get a customer over here, there's no longer a big acquisition cost associated with it. You don't have to advertise to sell to your existing customers again. You can send out emails, but you're thinking about building customer lifetime value because customers are going to keep purchasing more products from you to complete that full transformation over a lifetime. At the advocate stage over here, now the customer is going to vouch on your behalf. They're going to go and leave you a testimonial and a review and say, yes, they delivered on the transformation. And you're going to do automated email flows to go and collect those testimonials. At the promote stage, now the customer is going to go and tell their friends and family how you delivered on the transformation. So if they bought the product and they wanted some aspirational state and you delivered, they're going to go and tell everybody about it. So how do you incentivize this action? And that's referral marketing. Maybe you're using customer social sharing codes or friends and family codes. But by the end of it, if your customer went through all these 8 stages, we just converted them methodically from a cold audience to a raving fan of your business. Okay, so there's my really quick recap of the customer value journey. If you want to see me talk a lot about that, and I do talk about it a lot, you can go to merchantmastery.io/training. I spend a lot of time going into the customer value journey. So if this is your first time hearing it, that would be a good training video to watch. But I'm going to be touching on it briefly as we move along through the presentation today. So let's talk about those offer attributes that I touched on that persuade customers to say yes. Now, I'm going to ask everybody here, maybe you can pop in the chat. It's kind of a rhetorical question, but what is an offer? What is an offer? A lot of people in the Shopify space and in e-commerce, they think that a discount is an offer, but that's not true. A discount is a type of offer. A discount does not define an offer. It's a type of offer. An offer is simply an ask. You're putting a question out there in the world. Your audience is either going to say yes or no. And this is how we're going to supercharge customer relationships and advance customers across all of these 8 stages of the customer journey. We're going to present questions at every single stage. The audience is going to say yes or they're going to say no, right? You could have an ad here at the awareness stage that says, do you want to see our new product catalog? They're going to say yes or no. Do you want to opt in to access this offer? They're going to say yes or no. Do you want to buy this? Do you want an upsell? Do you want to buy from us again? Do you want to leave us a testimonial? Do you want to tell your friends and family? Your customers are going to say yes or no all along the way. But us as store owners need to master asking the right questions that are going to compel your audience to say yes. So if you put your product out there in the world and you drive an ad and you're getting a lot of no's, we cannot give up, but we need to document what people are saying yes and no to so we can pivot and try new asks. And I'm telling you right now, I've been doing this for 10 years. If you can master asking the right question to the right audience at the right time, things are going to fly for you. So we need to be relentless with trying new questions along the way. So these are the 4 offer attributes that persuade customers to say yes most often. And it's simple. We're going to use these 4 things in all of our asks. And the acronym that we want to use to remember these 4 things is TBIF. Thank Buddha, it's Friday. T is transactional, B is brand, I is influence, and F is functional. With transactional attributes, these are things like discounts. This is where a discount would live. And this is when you want to convert first-time buyers. So if you're running a lot of paid traffic, you want a transactional offer to convert all that ad spend so you can start monetizing your investment, right? So this is good for acquiring customers, but your existing customers love transactional attributes too, so you're going to use it for everyone. Brand attributes, this is how you build customer lifetime value. This is how you build brand loyalty. People buy into a cool story. People buy into this cause that you support. There's usually a lifestyle motive with it. This is the vision and the mission that you're going out there and achieving in the world, and people are going to follow your movement with brand attributes, right? With influence attributes, this is simple. This is when people offer you third-party endorsements on your behalf. So this is like a celebrity endorsement, influencer endorsements, customer reviews, which are my favorite influence attributes, user-generated content from customers and influencers, video testimonials, social following. How do you leverage third-party endorsements in your asks? And functional attributes, this one's probably the most obvious. How does your product make your customer's life better or more convenient? What function does it serve? What is the need and the desire that your customer has that you solve? And there's usually a trigger event with the functional attributes. Hey, it's spring here in Canada. Guess what? We waste no time. As soon as the sun comes out, we got to go buy shorts. It's raining. We got to go buy an umbrella. There's a functional attribute associated with your product. So these are the 4 that you want to use in all of your asks. And I'm going to show you examples of selling a winter coat using these 4 different offer attributes. So the first one's transactional attribute. When would I use a transactional attribute to sell a winter jacket? Not at the start of the season, because we know the functional component is really high. People need a winter jacket, so we're not going to discount. But we're going to use transactional attributes and discount winter jackets at the end of the season, right? Like when it's springtime, nobody's has that desire or pain to go and get a winter jacket. So we're just going to go big on discount, 30 to 50% off. that's a transactional attribute. We're not talking about brand. We're not talking about function. Everyone gets the function at this point, right? Just big on transaction. Brand attributes selling a winter jacket, though. We're going to do this at the start of the winter season with our new product launches. And we're going to tap into the lifestyle motive of the customer. This North Face ad, this person is mountain born and city worn. I want to be like that. That's how I identify with myself as a person. This Converse jacket is probably speaking to teenagers. I have the right to test the water, right? We're tapping into the independence of the teenager. So people buy into the lifestyle, they buy into the motive, they buy into the vision of the brand attribute. Okay. Influence attributes, one of my favorites, because we want to be using these everywhere. This is things like influencer campaigns. Adidas did this, one of the first big influencer campaigns selling winter jackets. Jennifer Aniston is wearing a North Face jacket. I better get one. My favorite one, like I said, and I'm going to say it again, customer testimonials. We want to use these in our ads, in our emails, on our product pages, in our website displays. And those are often the easiest ones for us to go out and get. And the fourth one is functional attributes. Now, this one's just talking about the function that the winter jacket serves. I'm going to go and climb this scary Mount Everest here. I better have 11 hours of heated time at full charge. I better have heat conducted via printed carbon and silver inks, immediate heat, water repellent, all function based, right? This is for a specific use case. You're going to go and climb this mountain. We're going to go heavy on function attributes. And this jacket here, it's good for Nordic skiing, hiking, backpacking, snowshoeing. It's packable, layerable, all function with this one here. But notice this Polo Ralph Lauren ad also touches on brand attributes because it happens to be the same jacket that Team USA wears. So you don't need to be limited to using one offer attribute in your ask. You can use one, you can use two, you can use three, or you can use all four. But usually one is leading the charge. In this case, it's the full charge. It's the 11 hours of heated time full charge. So functional attribute is leading the charge with this ask. And we're also touching on brand. But you want to be really intentional with using these and split test which asks your customers are saying yes to most often. So here's a good way to utilize these offer attributes. You could take a screenshot of this one right here. And usually these are the things that we use in our agency. Like these are the top 4 pillars of growth for us. Shopify product pages, Privy website displays. These are like pop-ups, flyouts, and forms. Klaviyo emails. Those are like your campaigns and your automated flows. Facebook ads. We do a ton with Facebook ads. I'm going to touch on that in a little bit here. But you can also be touching on Snapchat ads and TikTok and Pinterest and YouTube and everywhere you go. But you want to document which offer attributes you're including in these. And if you're not getting enough uptake, you're going to try new asks. And it's such a good exercise to document this now so you're not scrambling for ideas when you're creating new ads and emails, right? So go and document. What kind of attributes do you have on your product pages? What do you have on your Privy website or on any kind of website display, Justune or whatever have you? What kind of offer attributes are you featuring in your emails and in your Facebook ads, right? You want to document this stuff. It gets so easy. I've created a lot of e-commerce campaigns in my day. And if I've documented this stuff in advance, I have an idea bank to choose from. And I get to pick and choose which ones I want to try. Okay, so this is what I mean by offer harmonics. You saw those tactics along the customer journey that I showed you. Ads, product pages, opt-in to access an offer, front-end offers, upsell emails, hot emails, broadcast emails, collecting testimonials, referral marketing. You want to be testing the TBIF offers in every single one until you get it right. If you get it right at every stage, there's going to be a really smooth transition from customers going from one stage to the next fluidly. Okay, so TBIF offers live at every stage. And this is what I mean by offer harmonics. If you can master this one thing, you're on the road to great success. I promise. So I'm going to show you some examples of how to use offer attributes in your website displays, product pages, and emails and ads to give you some ideas that you can walk away with today and implement tomorrow. So these are offer attributes in your website displays. This is like a welcome discount. They went big on transaction and brand. We got to go big on brand on these pop-ups. We don't want to disrupt the user experience. We want to enhance it. So this pop-up looks a lot like the rest of the website. I'm buying into the lifestyle here. I'm saying, yeah, this is sexy for lack of a better term. But they also went big on transaction, 15% off your first purchase. Another example of a website display is this poopery company, and they say, join the potty. There's no discount, no transaction. They just want you to sign up for a newsletter, but they went big on brand and made it clever and fun. Therefore, I want to engage with this brand. It feels human. I like them. It says, join the potty. Hold on to your e-britches, poo pal. It's funny. It's shaped like a poo emoji, right? So you're going to opt in there. This is another one example of an exit intent cart saver. This is when somebody's on your website, they added to cart, now they're leaving. So we want to present them a custom offer so that we can capture that sale before they leave, right? So they'll say, don't leave. How about free shipping? Your skin deserves better. So they went big on transaction. They're offering free shipping, but they also talked about function, the deep pain point. Your skin deserves better. That's why you were here, right? So they're touching on transaction and function. This one here is an upsell website display, and it's saying, hey, so someone would have added something to cart, and now they're saying, have you tried our delicious low-calorie mug cakes? Low calorie, definitely speaking to function here, right? I'm on a diet. I want to like lose weight. I'm running around. Go big on low calorie. All function with this ask. Spin to wins. You probably see a lot of these. These are all transaction based. You spin to win. You get a different discount every time you play. Right? They didn't talk about the brand. They didn't talk about function. They didn't talk about influence. All transaction. So you want to try these. And when you go in a tool like Privy, you could go in your website displays, and with all of these like welcome offers, you usually want like 2% of people seeing them to sign up. Of those 2%, you usually want 20% ordering. So you get to split test these based on that target key performance indicator, right? And you're going to adapt things based on hitting those benchmarks. All right. Offer attributes in your product page. You're going to use all of them in your product pages, right? So this is an example of a website that we own. We run a lot of experiments on lovecatnip.com. We work with a distributor. We sell cat toys and catnip and cat shirts and all this kind of stuff we get to play around with. But you could see we went big on transaction. So we're saying, hey, it's usually $37. You can get it for $21.99. We went big on brand. We made a video about a cute little cat playing around with the product, right? We care about cats. That's big into our motive. Function, hey, your cat's going to find a way to pounce, poke, play, purr. She can sleep, play, all these different functional attributes. And then influence, every product page needs customer testimonials, or do you even exist, right? So you're going to want to use all of these in your product pages. Offer attributes in your emails. This is an example of a flow that we would have used over Black Friday, Cyber Monday, where somebody opts in to be the first to access our Black Friday sale. Well, the first email that they're going to get is like, hey, you can go and download our gift guide, and we're training them to shop. We're showing them what our products are all about, but we go big on brand with that. We're showing what the products look like. It's going to be a catalog showing the latest and greatest and speaking to that lifestyle editorial images. But we also touch on transaction, where we're saying, hey, you're going to have first access to the sale. So you can go and fall in love with our products, but we're also going to tell you about the sale later down the road. And then a follow-up email might just be all influence. Hey, here's a customer testimonial. Here's another one. Here's another one. Don't believe us? Here's another one. Right? And then the third one, we're talking a little bit more about function. We're not talking about what the product solves. We're talking about how it arrives. It's guaranteed delivery by Christmas, super easy returns and exchanges, right? So you can actually talk more about your product function as well. It makes your life easier for this reason. Here's your aspirational state that we're going to help you accomplish. But you want to be using these in all your emails and testing which ones are gaining the most traction. Now, offer attributes in your ads. And this is the last one that I'm going to be touching on here. You are going to want to split test different offer attributes in different ads, testing them against different audiences to see which one gained the most traction. So here's an example of that same Love Catnip store. This one's big on transaction. This is like all transaction. All boroughs must go. This week only, best-selling cat toys, 50% off. Sprinkled in a little bit of function there. Hours and hours of fun for your kitty. Fill the danglies with your catnip. But then it was more discount, cheaper than any pet store, free shipping. And then we trickled in a little bit of influence there. My cat loves this. There's a testimonial, all within the same ad. This one's brand and transaction, all in one line. We said it's all natural, Canada grown brand, catnip that will throw in a barn animal for free. So it's a gift with purchase that you get as well. So a little transactional attribute in there as well. This last one was really big on brand. Hi, I'm Jade. I started this catnip store. I love this cat. She scratches, telling the story about that other cat owners would relate to. So we went really big on brand with that one. Trickled in a little bit of transaction at the end here. Free shipping over 40, and away we go. Now, here's another one that I want you to take a screenshot of, because this is what we use to create ads, right? You're going to basically come up with different ad angles based on these offer attributes. So you might have angle 1, we're going to talk about the cat store owner. Angle 2, we're going to try and sell this cat burrow at 50% off. Angle 3, we're Canada grown and you get a free gift if you buy today. But what attributes would you include in each angle? And once you've brainstormed some ideas, then you're going to go and create your Facebook ad. Name your angle here, right? What is the headline? What is the body copy? What is the newsfeed description? What is the call to action? And what images are you going to use? And you get to pull from here. So it's really fun and exciting to do. You don't have to be really creative. It's all sequential based on your big brainstorming at the start. All right. And then once you create these angles, you're going to go and test them against 15 to 30 different audiences with different image combinations. And then you're going to be looking at the data every day. You're going to say, hey, did this lead to a click? Like, was there a click on this ad? Was there an add to cart? Was there initiated checkout? Was there a sale? And you're going to start turning off ads based on these, like, not hitting the KPIs. But that's how you do it, folks. You want to go and test which offer attributes your customers are going to say yes to. Go run an ad experiment. That's a quick way to streamline the process. Take your learnings and then go and apply them to your website displays and your product pages and your emails, right? So as Ivana was talking about earlier, like, who does this work for? Well, we work with businesses at all 3 of these stages: crawl, walk, run. If you're doing less than 100K a year, it's going to work for you. If you're doing 100K to $1 million a year and you're walking, it's going to work for you. And if you're running and doing $1 million plus a year, it's going to work for you. So just to show you some examples, chocolate company doing less than 100K a year, we implemented all of these offer attributes that I showed you, and we methodically scaled them up to 30K in just a few months, right? Sporting goods company, all the way to 150K in a few months, right? Walkers, hot sauce company, they're doing like 50K, got them to 200K in a month with these same kind of strategies. Cosmetics company, up to 200 with these same strategies. Runners, here's a high-end jewelry company doing like 100, less than 100, 100, less than 100. Oh, now we're doing 200, 300 consistently by following these offer harmonic strategies. Adventure sports company, same idea, 100, 150, 200, 300. You can do it if, like, honestly, I could tell you right now, I've been through the ringer. This is my 10th year as an agency. And I can tell you that if you nail it on the message with the right message and the right offer at the right time for the right audience, that's how you're going to hit it out of the park. And all those other tactics like advertising and all these other things come secondary. They're just vehicles to get your offers out to the right people with the right message. Cool. All right, everybody, I'm almost done here. But if you go to facebook.com/groups/merchant mastery, Megan's going to pop the link in there. If you're not, well, I know a lot of the people in our group are here today. So hello again, we're friends. But if you're not in there, you could come on in. You could tag me. We could carry on the conversation. As you enter, you're going to get a free copy of my life's work, which is 54 powerful offers along the customer journey to amplify sales for your online store. So I give you all those different modals, all those different examples at all of the stages that you can use for the TBIF offer harmonics. All right, everyone, thanks so much. I am here right now to answer some questions. I can't wait to hear them.
Wow, Scott, that was record time.
I tried for you, Ivana.
I know Scott, like, he loves talking about the customer value journey and offers and all this stuff. So I always have to be like in the background, like, Scott, you got a time limit. But no, that was awesome, Scott. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
So yeah, as Scott said, if you guys have any questions or think of anything, please put them in the Q&A box. And I think we have a question from Adam, and he's asking for testimonials such as Google reviews. Is there consent required to utilize those on our e-commerce or via paid advertising? And would you recommend using them on paid ads?
I would recommend using them on paid ads. Like, if it's a public testimonial, it's yours to use. But for on-site testimonials, we'd rather use a Shopify app. We would use something like Judge.me or Yotpo. But we do want to leverage the Google ads, certainly. Like, you can embed those on your website as well.
Yeah, we know how important those testimonials are. So wherever you can get them, it's like, take them. They're important.
There's a little spoiler alert or disclaimer. Yeah, the influence attributes work really well. So you want to definitely go get those customer testimonials and use them in ads.
Another question we have is, how do you learn about and choose audiences for a given merchant?
Okay, so right now it's like, this is a topic we can talk about for a long time, but the short version I'm going to give you is, if you're just getting started with ads, I would start with interest audiences, right? And you want to go in there, you want to start building audiences that have at least 2 million reach, right? So you're going to go in there, you can go into the audience insights tool, you can look up audience interests. So if we were doing like a love catnip campaign, we might look up like cat collars, cat collars.
Cat's moms.
Cat moms. That's a good one. I was going to say cat lady, but I don't know. Cat moms. You look up cat moms. You look at the audience insight tool. Does it say that there's a potential reach of 2 million? If there is, that's one of our audiences. But we want at least like 15 to 30. And then we want to run a little experiment. We want to put like $10 per ad set per day just to see how our audiences are performing. But you usually just want to make a list ahead of time. Go and use Facebook's audience insight tool. You can Google it, you can find it, look in the interest, make sure it's reaching 2 million people, and make a list of like 15 different ones that fit your category. And then the other one, obviously, lookalike audiences. You're going to need about 500 to 1,000 data points to run a lookalike audience. So if you don't have 1,000 customers or 1,000 email subscribers, you're going to probably have to use something lower along that customer journey, like at the aware stage. You're going to have to use like, here's a lookalike audience of everybody who engaged with my Facebook or Instagram page. A better one than that would be, here's a lookalike audience of people who viewed my product pages and viewed 3 pages during a website visit. What would be better is, here's 500 people who subscribed to my email. Here's 500 people who not only subscribed to my email, but they opened up 2 emails that we sent out and clicked on one. Like, you can get really hyper specific with the lookalike audience, and the higher you go up the journey, the better. Ultimately, you want things like, here's my top 500 people that spent above $1,000. Here's my top 500 people who have bought from me more than 3 times. And you just, the higher up the journey, the more specific you can get with the lookalike audience.
Thanks, Scott. So Mark has a question here. Mark is saying that for a small startup e-commerce store, what percentage of your overall budget should you spend on your monthly ads?
So honestly, this is a good question. That was Mark who asked?
Yeah, it was Mark. Yeah.
Okay, so Mark, this is a really important question that I took out of my slides because I wanted to keep it concise. We got a good lineup today, and I often can get carried away, but I had it in there. And it's before you go and scale on ads, you need to validate product market fit. Can you validate that you have something that the market actually wants to buy? And usually we would look at you and say, if you've done like $1,000 to $3,000 a month for 4 months in a row, and those buyers are outside of your friends and family, hey, the market actually wants what you're selling, and you're gaining a little bit of good traction. So that would be a good number to look for. And if you don't have those numbers, we work with merchants from all around the globe, all kinds of industries, and some of the best ones hit the ground with their boots and knock on doors in the beginning. So you can go and start conversations organically, join Facebook groups, join different forums, cold outreach. Like, I wouldn't want to advertise until we had a proof of concept, until we've demonstrated that people actually want what you're selling. But once you're getting like $1,000 in sales per month, heck, it is time to go and run one of these ad experiments. And I would allocate $1,500 to running a 10-day experiment based on the method I was telling you. So I would say, here's 3 ad angles, here's 15 audiences with 3 images each. Let's spend $1,500 to go and test these out in the market.
And speaking of, I think Mark had said it was a startup related question, right? I'm just going to share the results of our poll here. I think they should be showing up on the screen for you guys here, but just to get an idea for who's in this room. So it looks like the majority of you are, you've started a store and you're making less than 100,000 per year in revenue. And then what is the closest after that is somebody who have a store and are making 100 to 1 million per year. So, but there's also a good amount of people, pretty even distribution between people that have in here that don't have a store yet, or that have a store but haven't made any sales. So I just thought that was interesting to share.
That is really good to see. And I mean, we expect that everybody's been at a crawl at some point, and then they get to a walk and we get to a run. And I just think it's so important getting the fundamentals right, getting the right message dialed in with your ads, emails, product pages, and website displays. That's a mouthful.
Enta, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think we have time to squeeze in just one more question for Scott before we bring on the next speaker. And Scott, so it's a question from Karen Geard, and she's asking, what are your favorite apps for review?
Oh, Judge.me is like a good, less pricey one. Judge.me is really good. Yotpo is phenomenal. That's more on like the runner kind of budget. But we've been getting a lot of good feedback on Judge.me for a lot of people in more of the startup or the crawl walk kind of stages. I think that's a good one. How about you, Enta? Enta is like a master e-commerce marketer. She spends time working on dozens more campaigns than I do. What are you seeing with testimonial apps?
We love Judge.me. It's fantastic. And it has so many features that we love. The fact that that whole process of asking for reviews is automated. So you can set the number of days after someone has made a purchase, and then you can customize the emails, the request emails that go out, customize it to suit your brand. And then you can also make like customized pages, review pages on your website as well. So, it just makes the whole process of collecting reviews very seamless. So yes, over here, we love Judge the Emmy. We're proud advocates for it. Totally.
And what did you think about the Google question? Would you integrate the Google reviews? How are you handling that lately? Like I know some theory behind it, but I know you're on these campaigns daily.
So what we do is, so yes, we use reviews to run paid ads. Yes. We use reviews on our product pages. We use reviews on the websites, the homepage. We use reviews in emails. We use reviews on Facebook ads and all of that. So yes. And once someone gives you a review, I think it's technically yours. I mean, it's in the public domain and it's yours. But what we do is we kind of obscure their names just for privacy's sake. So you could use initials, or you could use a first name and initial of the last name, just to make sure that you're not infringing on anyone's privacy or anything. So that's what we do.
Excellent. Thanks, Enta.
I love how you put Enta, turned that on Enta too. I bet Enta was like, I thought I was just hosting this.
I know, Scott.
Enta's an all-star, and I just can't always wait to learn from you at every opportunity.
Scott, I will have you hang tight if you can, and
Sounds great.
maybe join us again a little later.
Thanks so much, Ivana, Enta, and everybody. We'll chat again later. See you.
Oh, thank you so much.